What insight into Russian actions, particularly in the last couple of weeks, does the proximity of the state give you?
They're our next door neighbors, and you can actually see Russia from land here in Alaska.
Well, explain to me why that enhances your foreign policy credentials.
Well, it certainly does. As Putin rears his head and comes into the airspace of the United States of America, where do they go? It's Alaska.
Do you agree with the Bush doctrine?
In what respect, Charlie?
The Bush. Well, what do you interpret it to be?
His worldview.
I will read the following foul pardon. I, Sarah Palin, Governor of Alaska, and friend to all creatures, great and small, do hereby deem this foul creature worthy of a pardon.
Here's her interview from start to finish.
I don't think it's changed me at all. I have the same values and convictions and positions and policies. Just a greater appreciation, I think, for what other candidates go through. You know, it's pretty brutal, the time consumption there and the energy that has to be spent in order to get out and about with the message on a national level. Great appreciation for other candidates who have gone through this, but also just a great appreciation for this great country. There are so many good Americans who are just desiring of their government to kind of get out of the way and allow them to grow and progress and allow our businesses to grow and progress. So great appreciation for those who share that value. And it was a blast. Every day was just a blast out there on the trail.
Any other future plans for office?
You know, plans just include getting through the budget process that we're going through right now, building the state's budget based on the price of oil that has plummeted so greatly, and reining in the growth of government, and plans like that have to do with helping to govern this state and building this team that is continually being built to provide good service to Alaskans. So in my role as governor, that's what my plans are all around.
Due to the declining oil prices, are you concerned about any state programs being on the chopping block?
You know, thankfully, we're in a good position still, fiscally speaking. We are in a good position, but it made no sense at $140 a barrel oil that some lawmakers wanted to spend. We were warning them then, the administration was, that we had to prepare for the day that the price of oil would plummet, which of course it has done. So we had prepared then, reined in the growth of government then, and we will now, that comes into play at this point, where those savings that we had set aside, forward funding, anticipating a drop in oil, accounting for that, all of that comes into play now at $50 barrel oil.
Great. So why was today so important for you?
Oh, well, this was neat. I was happy to get to be invited to participate in this, and you know, for one, you need a little bit of levity in this job, especially with so much that has gone on in the last couple of months that has been so political, obviously, that it's nice to get out and do something to promote a local business and to just participate in something that isn't so heavy-handed politics that invites criticism. Certainly we'll probably invite criticism for even doing this too, but at least this was fun.
And what is it that you're thankful for this year?
Oh, so thankful for the health and happiness of my family, that my son's Stryker Brigade is safe over there in Iraq, relatively safe, and school's going well for the kids, and Trig is happy and healthy. Just very thankful for the health and happiness of my family. But then as much so, that thankfulness that I have just being in Alaska, knowing that this is the land of opportunities and possibilities. So happy to get to be here.
What are you going to cook for Thanksgiving?
I'll be in charge of the turkey. Yeah, my sisters and my mom, they're all bringing everything else, but I'm always in charge of the turkey. So I'm where I need to be today to prepare for that.
Governor Palin's office is now telling our NBC News desk that a photographer asked her if she wanted that as a backdrop, and she replied, "No worries."
To help shore up our economy, helping the... It's got to be all about job creation, too, shoring up our economy and putting it back on the right track. So healthcare reform and reducing taxes and reining in spending has got to accompany tax reductions.
I'm just going to ask you one more time, not to belabor the point, specific examples in his 26 years of pushing for more regulation.
I'll try to find you some and I'll bring them to you. I killed the bridge to nowhere.
I told Congress, thanks, but no thanks for that bridge to nowhere up in Alaska.
But it's now pretty clearly documented. You supported that bridge before you opposed it. But you turned against it after Congress had basically pulled the plug on it, and after it became a national embarrassment. When you were a mayor of Wasilla, you hired a very prominent lobbyist to get Wasilla money.
We did. We paid $30,000 for a lobbyist who was in D.C. because we're thousands and thousands of miles away from D.C.
What newspapers and magazines did you regularly read before you were tapped for this to stay informed and to understand the
I've
world?
read most of them, again, with a great appreciation for the press, for the media.
But like what one specifically, I'm curious that you...
all of them, any of them that have been in front of me over all these years.
Your reaction?
Well, not only am I ready, but willing and able to serve as vice president.
Last week in Alaska, she pardoned a turkey, and then she spoke to the press, and something unfortunate was going on in the background. Can you take a look? Here's what we're talking about. This is
You
what,
need a little bit of levity in this
you
job,
see that
especially
guy
with
over her left
so
shoulder?
much that has gone
that
on
guy's
in the last
grinding
couple of
turkeys.
months that has been so political,
yeah,
obviously,
look out.
that it's
Okay.
nice to get out and
That's
do
right.
something to promote
and
a
she's
local
enjoying
business.
her Starbucks, and she got her $2,000 Burberry scarf on, and she couldn't be happier. Well, so right away, they call in with excuses. They say, hey, 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 hey.
See how they do?
They call right in. Here now, Sarah Palin's top 10 excuses. So saddle up and ride. Here we go. Number 10, I can see Russia, but I can't see what's going on 5 feet behind me. Number 9, not thinking straight after spending all night reading every newspaper and magazine. Number 8, damn, gotcha media got me again. Number 7, my Remington shotgun says I don't need an excuse. Number 6, those were Al-Qaeda turkeys. Those were Al-Qaeda turkeys, ladies and gentlemen. Number 5, I thought they were just torturing the little guy. Number 4, I mean, doggone it, you know, like we have to lower taxes and like it all falls under job security and we need to drill, you know? Number 3, stomach flu? Number 2, I'll get right back to you. I'm still adorable, America. And Sarah Palin's number 1 excuse, don't blame me, blame Joe the turkey slaughterer. There you go.
What do you think about Sarah Palin when you...
People watching her on television, can they not see that she's basically learned certain speeches? And she does them very well. She's got a very good memory. But it's like a nice-looking parrot, because the parrot speaks beautifully and kind of says, oh, shucks, every now and again, but doesn't really have any understanding of the meaning of the words that it is producing. And the extraordinary thing is that so many people are taken in by it. And the truth is that Sarah Palin is no way good enough.